Before this video starts, comment as many times down below as possible. Comment your Instagram name, and I'm going to pick 1 or 2 people and send them 50 or 100 bucks each. So go ahead, comment down below. That's also going to help the algorithm. That'll help more people see this video. But anyway, let's get right to it. Alright. Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, guys? It took me a long time to decide if I wanted to make this video or not. Before we start, I definitely don't want to seem like I'm glorifying the situation whatsoever. If anything, I want this to be a learning video for all the younger kids or people that are trying to do YouTube and are trying to do the same thing that I did when I first started. As you can tell by the title, don't do that. Don't do anything on the streets, because if you allegedly are doing anything on the streets and you don't think people are watching, and it could be the right people, it could be the wrong people. So let's go ahead and get into it. This started in 2024. I'm not sure exactly what month, but one day, or this was after the deer, so it must have been November of last year. So on my birthday, 2024, I ended up hitting a deer, making an insurance claim like, hey, I hit a deer, I need help repairing the car or whatever. And that triggered a very, very serious chain of events. So after that, after I made that claim, I got a bunch of letters in the mail saying that they wanted to review my a ton of information. They wanted bank statements, they wanted text and call records, they wanted a bunch of information that frankly had nothing to do with the deer situation. So I was like, I don't know why they want all this. I'm not going to give them all this information for no reason. And it didn't make any sense. So I didn't go through with the claim, just kind of bit the bullet. It was like, okay, I'll fix it myself, which it wasn't too bad. It was like front bumper, radiator support, a couple other things. So it didn't cost me too much money until all this stuff started happening. So after that insurance claim, they started to investigate me, which was insane. So it started off with 2 ladies knocking on my door. One was a CHP agent and one was a insurance agent. So they knocked on the door asking if I wanted to talk to them, and I was like, no, like, what do you guys want to talk to me about? You know, because it didn't make any sense. Like, the claim is over, I didn't go through with the claim, why do you guys want to talk to me? And they said, well, we're going to talk to you one way or another, so you can make an appointment and come down and talk to us, or we'll find another way to talk to you, which was kind of, it was a little threatening in a way, you know, but I was like, okay, I'll just make an appointment with you guys. Ended up going down to their office in Benicia, having a conversation with them, and they were asking a bunch of questions about not just the deer event, but every other insurance claim that I've ever made with the Hellcat. So I'm confused, you know, I'm like, why are you bringing up accidents that weren't my fault in 2020? Like, they're going back years and years of insurance claims throughout, what was it, 2018 to 2024, I had 9 insurance claims, which kind of seems like a lot, but throughout, I can't do, what, 6 years? That's not that's not really a lot of insurance claims. A lot of them had to do with people hitting the car, people door dinging me, a bunch of stuff like that. But after they kind of interrogated me, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right. So I contacted my lawyer and put him on retainer just in case, like, they wanted to file charges of some sort. And a few months, I don't know, a couple weeks went by, and then as I'm leaving the house one day, my lawyer calls me. He said, yep, they just filed charges on you. And this is where I, like, lost it low-key. He goes, yeah, they filed 9 felony charges and you have a $250,000 bail. So, and he called me on a Friday, Thursday or a Friday. So he goes, if you go turn yourself in, they'll hold you over the weekend until Monday, which you'll be able to either get a bond or get released on that Monday. Or you can wait until Monday to go, but if you get caught throughout the weekend, then you'll have to pay the $250,000 bail and then deal with it after you pay the $250,000, which I think you only have to pay 10% of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you only pay 10%, which still is a whole lot of money. That's like 25 grand. And yeah, not a good situation. So I'm sitting in the driveway on the phone with my lawyer, like in shambles, shocked. Like, why in the world would they file felony charges and I didn't even do anything? So he goes, yeah, they filed 9 felony charges of insurance fraud. So apparently, after the deer incident, they like super in-depth investigated me. They went through my entire YouTube channel, all my social media, everything, and based off the videos that I posted in the past, they deemed that all my insurance claims, whether it was my fault or not, some of the instances were involved another driver, another vehicle hitting my car. Some of these were deemed my fault, and they decided that because of the way that I'm driving in certain videos, allegedly, that they had proof that I was fraudulent on those claims, making false statements to the insurance company. So they were able to charge me with 9 felony counts of insurance fraud. So I'm devastated. I'm going through it. You know, I'm like, how in the world are they going to charge me with this, like, accusations? Like, this is insanity. 9 felony counts. So obviously had the lawyer on retainer, so he went down, figured out what's going on, got me on the schedule. I went down, turned myself in, and put myself on the schedule for a hearing, which means, you know, just a court date. And that time waiting on the court date is like hella nerve-wracking, like not knowing what they're gonna do, not knowing exactly why they did this. It ended up being reduced after 1 year probation. What was it? 150 hours community service and 100 and something hours of SWAP, which is a sheriff's work alternative program, which basically means you're in custody during the work program, but you're out of custody, like you're not in jail. So I did that. That all ended on December 2nd, which is now why I'm making the video. Yeah, after a year of all that, going through all the swap and everything, I had to pay 13.5 in restitution. So I basically had to pay back the money that the insurance company gave me for every insurance claim that I've ever had with the Hellcat. So, and this was all deemed based off of my past videos and how I was driving. So never never post yourself on the street allegedly doing anything. If you don't think they're watching, and they're most likely building a case, which is what happened in this scenario. I'm sure you guys have seen the channel change a bunch within the past 2 years. I stopped doing any street shit, allegedly stopped doing street shit, way before this incident even happened. I quit doing street stuff since like at least 2023, allegedly. And this just made me go into the whole right direction, and not do any other street stuff in general. So yeah, it got reduced down to, after all that was finished, pay the restitution, did the community service, probation for a year, all this other stuff. It got reduced 9 felony counts down to 1 misdemeanor, which was a misdemeanor false statement. And yeah, it's just insane the type of stuff that they can do legally to try and get you to follow the rules, I guess you could say. I know that the CHP and all that did not like the stuff that I was doing, allegedly, around the neighborhood and around Mexico. So they had to figure out some way to build a case to be able to get me to stop doing this. Like I said, I stopped doing this before this all happened, but hitting the deer, I guess, triggered this this waterfall of charges and things. So got a lot of the papers and records here. Yeah, a bunch of court fees, a lot of stuff going on. Let me see if I can, I'll just try and cover some information, but that is the 9 felony charges that they tried to charge me with. So being charged and being convicted are 2 totally different things. I've never been convicted of a felony, thank God. And all these were reduced down to 1 misdemeanor, like I said. So yeah, this is just a forewarning and trying to tell people to get off the streets. It's not worth it. It may seem worth it monetarily, like, because at the time, that's how I started the YouTube, allegedly doing street stuff. Honestly, killing it on YouTube, getting hundreds of thousands of views, making thousands and thousands of dollars. I think my best month on YouTube, I made it was like 8 to 10 grand in 1 month off of YouTube. And since changing my content, it's drastically dropped views. Monetarily, I make probably like $1,000 off YouTube every month now, but it has opened doors for new companies wanting to work with me, because I'm not out on the street allegedly acting a fool, you know, putting other people in danger. So I just want to take this as a learning experience that I went through that you don't have to go through, you know. It sucked. I'm still going through it. I'm trying to build the YouTube back up. I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't seen the YouTube channel in a while, and that's because it's not being recommended, because I'm not doing the regular content that I used to do. But yeah, we're trying to build it back up. We're going to all legal events. We're traveling the country. We're trying to put on a good influence for the kids coming up, the people that are trying to do YouTube, the people that are in the streets, you know, driving on the streets, doing what they're doing. Yeah, I'm just trying to leave a positive impact, a positive influence, and hopefully after you guys see this video, it'll kind of steer you to the right direction. Obviously, I'm not trying to tell everyone to do what I'm doing, or, you know, tell you what to do. That's not what I'm saying. It's just I'm trying to tell you what I went through, and hopefully maybe you'll take that into accountability and be like, okay, he went through this. I'm gonna learn from this and not have to go through the same stuff he went through. Not saying that you would go through the same stuff where your insurance company would try to get you, but I'm sure CHP had a huge influence on all this that happened. As you guys know, back in the day, like, the car's been impounded twice, both times for reckless driving. And yes, it's a headache, dude. Every time your car gets impounded for 30 days, obviously you're without a car for 30 days, and then you got to pay $4,000 or $5,000 to get your car out of impound, pay court fees, and then plus the reckless driving on your record. So then your insurance goes up. You got points on your record. There's a lot of stuff that it comes with it. It's just not worth it. Take it to the track. There's a bunch of places to go. The Sonoma still has sometimes drift events, no-name drift events. Shout out to Farouk. He's helped me a bunch, like, stay off the streets and head towards the track events. So there's Sonoma. There's Cali Custom Alignments, new drift pit in Sacramento. There's Thunder Hill, Calusa Casino, Sac Speed Shop. He puts on events. There's a bunch of stuff. Mendota Legal Pit. There's a bunch of legal donut pits that are popping up where you can go get seat time act a fool in a professional closed course where you don't got to worry about looking in your mirrors if there's a cop behind you, like being hella paranoid. So I strongly advise everyone to go to those legal events. Hit the track. Drifting is so much funner than donuts. This isn't a bag on the donut, guys, but obviously I still do a bunch of donuts. I go to the Hoonigan Barnyard, all this stuff. It's hella fun. But once you start drifting, you'll realize how, I don't want to say boring, but how easy donuts are. Once you start drifting, third, fourth gear, coming in hot, different transitions, getting close to walls, clipping points, left foot braking, using the handbrake, all this stuff. It's a way different ball game than just doing donuts. And yeah, this is a long rant, but I want to tell you guys about the shit that's happened the past year. So that's what I went through all 2024. I was on probation the entire year pretty much until December 2nd, like I said. So hopefully we'll never have to go through any of this type of stuff again. Definitely am off the streets. Like I said, I haven't been doing street stuff for the past few years, and it's gonna stay that way. I'm not going back, even though, like I said previously, I made the most money ever that I have ever had doing street stuff on YouTube. I will take, what was it, like 10% of that to be able to work with these companies, go to these legitimate events, and meet these awesome people where these big brand companies work, and be able to work with companies and be more professional, and then hopefully one day be able to be in Formula Drift or in commercials and movies and all that stuff. Yeah, there's just a lot more you can do once you go legitimate and not have to worry about, fuck, I just posted this video doing street stuff. It's doing good numbers, but is CHP going to come to my door again and knock on the door with another warrant and take my car again for 30 days and I have to pay X amount of dollars to get it back? Like, yeah, say you make 10 grand a month doing street stuff on YouTube. Boom, they come take your car for 30 days. Boom, you don't have content for 30 days. Boom, half of that is gone immediately to get your car back out. Boom, your insurance goes up 100, 200 bucks per month. It just keeps like trickling down to, it's not worth it. It's not worth it whatsoever. You'll see the stuff in the beginning, you'll be excited like, oh, I'm getting hella views, blah blah blah, but once it boils down, it's not worth it. Stay off the streets, go to legal events, go to the track, learn new skills, and yeah. That's pretty much all I got to say. Happy New Year. It's 2026 now. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a year. We're starting off strong. I'm not gonna tell you guys where we're going, but me and Jose are taking off, leaving the country, and we're about to go do some crazy shit across the world. So that just goes to show you all this street stuff and stuff that I was doing in the past. I never really did anything cool. Like, I made a bunch of content. Honestly, that's really cool, but I never got invited to do, professional shows. I never got invited out by companies, never had dinner with companies and like getting personable, getting in touch in person with these really cool people that work for these huge companies, and they start giving you opportunities that you would never have if you're doing the street stuff. Like, just for instance, I'm not going to say the brand, but me and Jose just came back from Indiana. We went to the PRI show, and that's a huge industry event where you can network and meet all the big brands, meet all the people who run the brands, that run the marketing team, the brand team, and all that. We went and had dinner with this one company. The first question, because Jose is tight with them already, they're already like friends and stuff. This was my first time meeting them. The first question they asked when we sat down for dinner, "You're not still doing street stuff, are you?" I'm like, no. Luckily, it's been a few years, haven't done any street stuff, so that's not a worry to you guys. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And hopefully this year I'll be able to work with that company, which is a huge company. So that should show you, like, it's give or take, you know. You got this side, quick, fast money. It's kind of like drug dealing in a way. Like, quick, fast money, quick turnaround. You get the views, you get some dollars, but you can't take it far. Versus this, where you can take it far, you might have to take a little pay cut, take a little cut in the views, whatever, but it presents crazy opportunities and extraordinary adventures that you can go on versus the quick fast stuff. So if you're still watching this, I extremely appreciate it. Thank you everyone that's supported the channel, even though the content has drastically changed over the last few years. No more street stuff. I will never do street stuff again because I'm trying to take it more professional and more commercialized. I'm not selling out, as some people would say, but I want to one day do like Gymkhana style stuff, shut down the streets with permits and the help of the police and the city and all that, and do it the legit way, and, you know, tribute Kim Block and, you know, take it to a whole nother level, like, than the regular street stuff that I used to do, you know. I think Travis Pastrana said he's done with the Gymkhana style videos, so hopefully one day that's something that I can do. That's just a dream though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, comment down below. Comment as many times as possible. Comment your Instagram name so I'll be able to message you, and I'm gonna send someone like 50 or $100. So just for commenting. Plus that'll help the algorithm. That'll boost this video a bunch. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this one. Thank you guys for watching. We're starting the new year off strong, and we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be in a different country on the other side of the world, which is insane to say. Car's taking me a long a long journey, and yeah, the adventure is going to be even crazier. So thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in 2026. Doses.